Wait, hold on, stop scrolling. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember when Nollywood was actually Nollywood? Before the Netflix glamour and the cinema standard? Back in the early 2000s, if you picked up a Yoruba movie poster, there were two names you were guaranteed to see: Fathia and Saidi Balogun. They weren't just acting the roles of husband and wife on screen. They were the ultimate power couple in real life. They were the Jay-Z and the Beyonce of the Yoruba movie industry. Young, rich, famous, and widely in love. But then, out of nowhere, boom, the marriage crashed. And when I say it crashed, I don't mean a quiet, peaceful separation. It was a loud, messy, dramatic breakup that shook the entire entertainment industry to its very roots. For years, nobody knew the real truth. People were whispering, "Oh, Saidi did this, no, Fathia did that." The rumors were flying everywhere. But today, pull a chair, grab your popcorn, and pour yourself a cold drink because we are opening the ultimate archive. Welcome back to another episode with Gistoven. Today we are going to gist about the real, raw, unfiltered truth behind why Fathia and Saidi's marriage hit the rocks. And trust me, if you think you know the story, you don't. There are secrets, counter accusations, and behind the scenes drama that never made it to the blogs. Make sure you subscribe right now and hit the notification bell, because this is going to be a very long, very juicy ride. Let's dive straight into it. To understand why a house fell down, you first have to look at how it was built, right? So let's take a trip down memory lane to the late 1990s and early 2000s. Back then, Fathia Williams was this stunning, fresh-faced young woman trying to find her footing. Funny enough, she didn't even start out wanting to be an actress. She actually wanted to be a broadcaster and a law enforcement officer. But as fate would have it, she stepped into the movie industry and her life changed forever. Now Saidi. Saidi was already a certified star. He had the charm, the talent, the energy, and that signature rugged handsome look that made him a fan favorite. He was directing, producing, and acting. He was a visionary. When Saidi met Fathia, the chemistry was instant. It wasn't just a regular fling. Saidi saw a star in Fathia. He helped her, mentored her, guided her in the industry, and introduced her to the right people. Before we knew it, they tied the knot, and Fathia changed her surname to Balogun. That name, Fathia Balogun, became a brand. Once you saw her name and Saidi's name on a VHS tape jacket at the local rental shop, you already knew the movie was a certified hit. They were serving couple goals before the word couple goals was even invented. They had two beautiful kids together, and to the public, they were living the perfect dream. But behind closed doors, the cracks were already starting to form. You see, being a celebrity couple is hard, but being a celebrity couple in the same niche industry, that is extreme mode. By 2005, Fathia's career had completely blown up. She wasn't just Saidi's wife anymore. She was a megastar in her own right. She was winning awards and getting all the lead roles. And this is where human nature comes in. When two captains are in one ship, what happens? The ship is bound to struggle. Rumors started circulating that ego clashes were happening at home. But the biggest monster that entered their marriage, infidelity allegations. People started talking. The industry outsiders were whispering that Saidi was getting a bit too close to other women. On the flip side, counter rumors started flying that Fathia was also seeing other people, including some wealthy big boys outside the industry. Imagine the tension. You go to work, you hear rumors about your partner, you come home, you look at each other with suspicion. The trust was completely broken. Fathia later admitted in an interview years later that she was young and made a mistake. She said she didn't handle things the way a mature woman would have handled them. But back then, emotions were hot, tempers were high. By 2006, the elastic band snapped. Said packed his bags and Fathia packed hers. Depending on which version of the story you believe, and the marriage officially ended. Now, this is where the gist gets very wild. Usually, when couples break up, they go their separate ways quietly, right? Not these two. Because they were both top actors, their divorce became public property. Fans divided themselves into Team Fathia and Team Saidi. The biggest drama, the one that kept newspapers selling for years, was the surname war. Even though they were separated and living apart, Fathia kept using the name Saidi Balogun for her movies. And honestly, from a business mindset, you can understand why Saidi Balogun was a multi-million naira brand name. If she changed it back to Williams, would people still recognize her the same way? Saidi Balogun was not having it. He went to the press and basically said, "Excuse me, you're no longer my wife. Why is he answering my father's name? Drop it." It became a legal battle. Saidi wanted her to legally stop using his name. Fathia, on the other hand, insisted that it was the name her children bear, so she had every right to keep it for her brand. This back and forth dragged on for almost a decade. Every time a reporter asked Saidi about Fathia, he would look annoyed. Every time they asked Fathia about Saidi, she would try to play it cool, but you could see the pain in her eyes. It was a cold war fought under the camera lights. But you know what they say, time heals all the wounds. It took years, over 10 years actually, but the storm finally settled. Fathia eventually dropped the Balogun name on her social media and reverted to her maiden name, Fathia Williams. That was the ultimate sign that she had to let go of the past. And the most important part of the entire story, they grew up, they matured. Today, Fathia and Saidi are actually good friends. They realized that their children come first. A few years ago, the internet almost broke when videos surfaced of Saidi spraying money on Fathia at a birthday party, and both of them dancing together happily. They even acted in the same movies again. They showed us that even if a marriage ends in a crash, it doesn't mean your life has to end in it. You can heal, you can forgive, and you can move on. Before you rush off, if you enjoyed this deep dive, if you loved the gist, and if you want more unfiltered high-quality deep dives into the lives of your favorite Nollywood veterans and celebrities, please do me a quick favor, smash that like button right now. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notification bell so you are always the very first to know whenever we drop a new video. You definitely don't want to miss the next couple issue we are unraveling. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.